we got characters that pissed me off. 3.
Two of things in life truly beautiful: entertainment, clothing, cars, Popeyes. Like, what's there not to like? It could be amazing sometimes here. Time and time again, I'll just forget that as much as life is full of day-to-day hardships, traumatic experiences, or just a load of difficult decisions that can lead to a bunch of bullshit, is that there can always be a bright side to it if you stay positive, move in a better direction, change your life up. And instead of staying focused on the negatives, steer clear of that and just begin to embrace happiness and forgiveness. And with that being said, man, didn't Kendrick teach you anything? That's a bunch of bullshit. Hating is an art of excellence. Only the most elite can hate to their heart's content. Humility and love are for the weak. Hate and will are for the strong. That's why if I ever join the Lantern Corps in DC, I'm going straight to the Red Lanterns. Jeez. Me and Atrocitus, we finna be boys. And the cat Red Lantern, he gonna be my cat now. His backstory is so sad. But that's beside the point. My beautiful and loyal viewers, I've made a couple videos on characters that just pissed me off, man. Going from bums like the MCU's Hulk to crying loser Nepo babies like Chris from Sonic X. And I thought it couldn't get any worse. I thought truly that after name dropping Tariq in the first video of this, I thought it couldn't get any worse. I thought Tariq was the bottom of the barrel, the pinnacle peak of the iceberg, the Scott Truman of all Red Power Rangers. Power Rangers RPM is the best Power Rangers fighting. But I genuinely thought, like, hand on heart, that after mentioning that waste, man,
Doc, you better be on this list.
Well, it's sad to say that I'm deeply wrong. There are so much more people in fiction to hate on. Like, I'm talking a whole Guinness Book of Records full of these clowns. And some of them, as hard as it is to believe, are worse than Tariq. Which is why I'm here to expose to you, man. Today, folks, I've returned with more characters that have pissed me off. Worse than the other 2 videos of people I mentioned. I despise these individuals with all my power. All right, gang. The take of this video is probably going to be a little bit controversial. You may hate me for my take on it. You may disagree with me and not like what I have to say about them. And guess what? I fully respect your opinion. So,
I'm curious now.
Let's jump into the first pick I got. Mine from Shield Hero.
Yes, bro.
This shit. You fucking suck. Like, I can't remember if your name is Mine, Multi, Hippopotamus. I don't care, bro. You just suck. You're just terrible. If you're unfamiliar or have never
One thing I do want to say is the Rising of the Shield Hero season 1, elite. If they would have kept up that level of like storytelling and just like, I don't know, with the arcs in the anime in future seasons, it would have been up there. But now it is legit just a throwaway. And it makes me so mad because season 1, it was probably one of the best animes ever.
Waste of life. Mine is a character from the anime called The Rising of the Shield Hero. This shit used to be mad hype back in the day, in where this wicked woman is introduced to us in the first episode. And off first looks, you might think, oh, she cool. She don't look too bad. She doesn't look all that evil. I ain't see nothing wrong here. My friend,
are you sure about that?
Comes in many forms. No. See, Mine in the first episode shows us why she belongs as public menace #1. She graciously takes a seat as one of the most hated anime characters of all time. She's definitely top 5. And now I'm not gonna lie to you, man. My knowledge on this lady is only limited to the first season, since I've only seen that season. So if you've seen the whole anime and she's done worse throughout the show, well, I wouldn't be surprised, I'll be honest. But anyways, let me share it to you and explain to you, man, why she's horrible. So like I said earlier, Mine makes her first appearance in the first episode of Shield Hero, where our main character, Naofumi, and 3 other guys from different parallel versions
Wait, Max Crosby just got traded to the Ravens for 2 first. What? Huh? What? Oh my God. You're not lying. I know it's off topic, but you are not lying. That is crazy. Camera focus up. Oh, my face is in it. That is insane. That is insane. I gotta chop it up with my boys about that.
Japan are all transported to a whole new world. You know, the typical isekai shit. Anyway, these 4 men are all assigned different weapons. You got the sword and bow heroes, the spear hero, and of course, the shield hero. And let me say something real quick. The other 3 heroes, they suck ass, bro. The sword and the bow hero are semi-decent, but they really don't do shit besides just standing there and watching shit pass by. And for the spear hero, he's just a bum. He cares too much about getting goals. He's useless.
Bro, he is a
Someone
simp.
tell this guy to control his loss. He's whack. And with these 4 guys getting summoned, they were all initially brought here to fight off waves of monsters that were just fully finessing the whole kingdom. It was looking like Raccoon City before they came, I ain't gonna lie. Eventually in the episode, the king then gets to yapping, explaining that to them, also telling them about what the hell they're gonna get up to on their journeys. But throughout the entire interaction, he just blatantly disrespects Naofumi in the process. He's a dickhead. And you know what? He gets even worse throughout the entirety of season 1. A day later after they meet, the king brings some of the best warriors of the city into the castle. Proper heavy hitters, S-class guys and girls. People who are deaf for Grandmaster and rivals. So the 4 heroes can choose between them and have party members. So they don't have to do their own journeys alone. Long story short, this is literally Final Fantasy. They even have whole game menus in this anime. And with Naofumi, trusted in the room of people and dedicated warriors he's in, he closes his eyes, thinking that he's gonna have a whole party full of people to adventure with. And as he opens them slowly, he comes to see nobody wanted to join the squad.
Why was nobody... I forgot. It's been a while since I watched season 1, but there was a reason, like, it was taboo to go with the shield hero. But that's crazy, bro. Like, my ego would be a little hurt.
This man, bro, he's on his ones now, his peak. The shield hero was seen as so useless to everyone else. They were just out here cloud chasing, going to the other 3 who actually have some sort of weapons to fight with. I mean, me personally, I would never do this. If it were me, I'm going straight to the sword hero. I ain't crazy, he's got a sword. So with Naofumi being on his ones, one person decided to leave their squad to join him. Mine. She wanted to switch from the Spear Heroes team to the Shield Heroes. And now, he finally got a party member. And with that being said, every other hero of their teams go their separate ways and start their journeys. Now for me and mine start adventuring. They buy equipment, fight balloon monsters, get closer, you know, the usual.
Doing everything they gotta do.
You wouldn't suspect Mai of anything evil. She's just being an ally and showing him the ropes of how the world works, you know? You wouldn't think her and Mahito are cousins. But, ladies and gentlemen, things were already sweet for like a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, Quindarius, I cannot believe she did that.
Right after this, get her in prison, man! After Naofumi and her finished adventuring for the day, they decide to check into a motel for the night. Naofumi is about to go to bed. He's like, I appreciate what you did for me today.
If you know, you know.
For showing him the ropes. Mine's like, no problem. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Then when Naofumi wakes up the next day, the man has been robbed. All his shit has been stolen. His money, his armor, everything gone out his room. It's done.
That is crazy.
He starts panicking, moving loose. So he runs out his room to go to Mai's room to tell her that they've been robbed until a bunch of knights pull up. They start speaking, saying shit like, Naofumi, the king wants to see you right now, fam. What do you mean the king wants to see me right now? Nigga, I've been robbed. So these guys just grip Naofumi, dragging him out of the hotel, dash him into the king's room, and everybody is waiting in there. The other heroes, the king, and mine. Naofumi is mad confused. He doesn't know what the hell is going on.
The craziest setup of all time. Bro, like, what even goes through your head to want to do this to somebody?
He ain't nothing up. He just starts shouting, hey, yo, man, them niggas robbed me. We can't hit no more parlays. What, bro? The situation here wasn't making any sense until the king says, mine, could you repeat what you told me again? He hit me with the allegations. I ain't gonna say it was actually called, but I know you're smart enough to know what I mean by allegations. And that was it. Naofumi has been accused of doing the allegations against mine. This shit is going crazy. Everybody's looking at him with pure disgust. It's the biggest sin in that world. Shit, it's one of the worst crimes in the world. And as he starts panicking and falling into despair, breaking down right in front of all of them, after being accused of this, where there even being planted evidence, mine just pulls this face. And Naofumi realizes he's been set up.
You got a Slimer, literally.
She wanted to make him look bad, ruin his life, steal all his money, and just make him look like some giant dickhead to the whole entire public. If he wasn't one of the 4 legendary heroes, this accusation could have got him killed, murdered for a lie.
What's your squad, Trizzy?
She did this for no reason. Pure behavior. Take her to jail now. She made Naofumi's reputation miserable for the rest of the show. Everybody in the world knows about this, and he's finished. It was so bad that his first party member in his team is a slave. And he didn't bring her up like that. Like, she was treated way better. But that's how bad mine did the guy. And then throughout the whole show, she just continued to hate on him constantly. She sabotaged him for winning a 1v1 against a spear hero. And he was whipping him. Tried to sabotage him in races. Openly disrespected him in public. And the king was just as much a waste man. Every time the 4 heroes would successfully complete a wave, he was paying this guy short. The other 3 heroes were making like 2 to 3k silver.
Wait, the Panthers, that's the NFC though. They in the NFC South. The Ravens are in the AFC North. Yeah, you smooth.
A wave, but now for me, he only made like 500 silver per wave.
Dang.
That's some bullshit. The fuck 500 silver gonna do for me? That's not even bodega money. I can't buy nothing with that. I'm broke. The man even has to buy the cheapest meals at taverns because that's how sad the situation is. And to think, all of this disrespect, all of this hate, literally came from nowhere. Now for me was so happy.
Man, just called the meanest stray.
He was the most happiest he's been at the start of the show. Then throughout the rest of it, the guy is just nonchalant, doesn't care about nothing and hates everything. And to be honest, I I don't blame him. It ruined him, his image, everything. She even tried to kill her own sister. She's a maniac. But luckily, by the grace of karma, now for me, got his revenge. Eventually, the queen pulls up after she disappeared.
He beat his allegations.
She was gonna set things right for now for me. She put both the king and mine into a trial, and they got exposed. The king pretty much just held a bias against a shield hero because of a bad shield hero in the past, so he's pretty much just a hater. And mine, she basically got a lie detector test done and pretty much failed completely. Everything got revealed. They worked alongside the enemy. Mine tried to kill her sister and frame now for me for it, so she could skip ahead to become queen. She lied about the allegations. Everything came to light, and when they finally said everything they had to say, the queen was like, I sentence you man to death. And as their heads are just about to be yacked off by a guillotine, now for me was even this shit is way too far.
Get her out of there.
With a different way to get back. He walks over to them, starts trolling them in front of the crowd, and said, Bunny, I'm gonna change your names instead. So the king would forever be known by the name of Trash, and mine, whose real name is Multi, would have her name permanently
ridiculous.
changed.
Trash would have to sworn at her yesterday after that, would have killed her. Man, it is ridiculous. But he didn't go that route. He chose embarrassment, so I can respect that.
To bitch. Not even lying here. Her name was changed to that. It's crazy.
Oh, I get that, Trizzy.
It reminds me of that one scene from JoJo where Echoes is like, okay, master, let's kill the hoe. But
do I think what?
Derogatory is I ain't giving her a pass. Keep her in mind, mine literally tried to get him killed in the first episode. Game is game, bro.
For no reason.
To murk him and run his money in the first 20 minutes. That's evil. She was a waste of life from the start. She gets no sympathy. Bun her, man. And while I'm here speaking about mine, I might as well get out my system. I hate Rachel from Tower of God.
Yes, we were on this earlier. We already know about Rachel because I went on my rant. But bro, Rachel is the scum of the scum.
Attack on Titan.
Do I think Demon Slayer is carried by animation? I do not. I actually think it's a solid story. It's not the most complex story in the world, but Demon Slayer is smooth. It's a really good anime to get into for like beginners too as well.
Sakura. And to all you Sakura defenders about to see this and tweak out at me, hold this for me. Shut up. Sakura was the same person to mock Naruto being an orphan to gain the affection of another orphan. In fact, you know what? It's not just Sakura. It's the Hidden Leaf. I've said it before.
The Hidden Leaf trash.
Shikamaru, Choji, Rock Lee, Iruka Sensei, and a couple other people. The whole Hidden Leaf village can suck my nuts. They suck.
Sheesh.
They were terrible to Naruto. They only decided to switch up as soon as they saw what he was capable of as a teenager. Why did it take you that long to be respectful to him? Trash. The Nine-Tailed Fox destroying the Hidden Leaf isn't the same as Naruto doing the action. They decided to hold that to him, acting like he did it in the first place. So what if the fox was still into him? That doesn't mean he did it. Grown-ass adults, guys pushing into their 50s, were out here just giving Naruto heavy side-eye for something he didn't do. Having ugly looks.
Oh yeah, the whole serve the whole people is hitting.
Looks toward a kid. Man, burn this village, bro. If I had Renegade, I would dash a whole meteor wiping out the city. Especially knowing Daz was from here. That makes it more worth it.
Sliming out
Donzo.
Donzo.
Character, I got Scrappy Doo. How can somebody like Scrappy Doo? His name rhymes with poo, bro. No relation to my goat Scooby. Because I feel bad that this idiot is somehow his nephew. He has to be adopted. Scrappy is just chop, bro. How can you like this little munchkin useless waste of life? Always getting into stupid situations. Trying to fight ghosts and ghouls and monsters. Thinking he can box like he's Muhammad Ali when he's really a cheap version of a shit boss again. Knocked the hell out all the time. Who's mad at this, bro? Like imagine pulling up to a haunted house and you're going there with this puppy. What the hell is he going to contribute? Instead of doing this whole 90s wind-up punch and stance, think he's gonna knock out the whole thing. He's going to die first, trying to intimidate niggas who stand 10 feet above him. What would he do in any practical situation? Nothing. That's why they always have to grab him and start running away. He's just an instigator.
Bro was literally just there for the vibes and jokes. He adds nothing. I've never thought about it like that. But yeah, he adds nothing to the squad.
Think about it. Scrappy is so bad. They had to bring him into Velma. That's how shit he is.
Yes,
notice how Scooby was never actually in this terrible show, but it was Scrappy.
They made a lot of changes to the Naruto like manga in the anime. Cause yeah, I don't think Sakura was on that in the anime. Like I mean in the manga like she was in the anime, like you said.
His ugly ass that was featured in it. Because you know why? They know he's ass. And somehow, he became the best character in that show.
Oh, Scrappy Doo? You would just have to watch one of the shows, Quindreas.
Shouldn't even exist. It's a horror attempt at trying to make Scooby-Doo an adult show. It's terrible. Velma is just as bad as Scrappy, if not worse. Like one day, I'm gonna dedicate a video to hate on her. I swear down, but I'm gonna leave that for another time. But I forget sometimes how much I hate this dog. I even remember that in the first movie, he's the major antagonist.
What's up, JJ?
Who managed to take over an entire island and create a bunch of demon dogs and steal people's souls. It's kind of impressive knowing he's a total idiot. But I'm gonna be honest here. When I was a little boy, it can't just be me that was just afraid of Scrappy's monster transformation. Like, I was petrified of this shit, man. I don't know what it was about him changing into this ugly T-Rex sized puppy, but I used to be crying when I was a kid seeing that show on screen. It's nasty. And he was just mad disrespectful. I don't care if he's a puppy. He's got consciousness. He can have full-on conversations with you. So he automatically loses sympathy points. He's trash. Next
this man peed on her.
Avatar Korra. And she's bad. We know this, man. When I first started watching The Legend of Korra, I tried. I really tried to be there and give Korra the benefit of the doubt sometimes.
You know, because of Korra, okay, this sounds so crazy. Because of Korra, I never finished like Avatar or Legend of Korra. Like, I just didn't mess with her as a character. So like, I didn't care. So I was like, you know what? Nah, Aang is my GOAT. We rocking with the OGs. Leave it there. I'm basically like an old head. But the decisions that Korra makes are just irritating, and she's not very likable to begin with to me. I don't know if she redeems herself because obviously, like I said, I haven't finished the show. I don't even think I made it through all of season 1. But from the clips I've seen and from what I've watched, I just don't bang with the girl.
I mean, the fights in her show, they go crazy. They definitely had a better budget for that, man. But beside the animation, yo, this girl sucks, bro. She's irrational, impatient, hard-headed, loses to niggas with no bending. She's terrible. And Korra had potential. At the beginning of the show, she's 4 years old and can already bend 3 out of the 4 elements. She had mad rep. Then come to modern day when she's a big 17 years old and she still can't airbend. What the hell were you doing for the past 13 years? Sleeping, reading, being stupid? We can't make you the Avatar. It took until Armand was about to finish off Marco, take his life, for Korra to pull out some bullshit and just start airbending like she's a natural. She was saved by horse shit. And just before this, he literally took her bending away, effectively making her useless, until Aang appeared while the girl was just crying to bail her out and restore all her bending. It's ass. Then throughout the show, like I said, constantly displays.
Wait. How are you the Avatar and somebody takes away your bending? Trash. That confirms it.
Behavior, like trusted Unalaq. When everyone
I got you,
told
fourth
her
gear.
that he's sus, that he finna use her for some evil shit. She
Do a
was
little
like,
stretch.
nah, we finna do some good shit, man. With her blindly just opening the spirit
No,
portal,
not trash.
leading to
Wait, so does she really redeem herself by the end of it? I hope so. From what I've seen on the outside looking in, trash. But I need some proof. I need some proof. All I'm saying is that you've never seen Aang in that position. Man, Aang be the one taking it away from people. He took away Ozai's bending. He ain't never get thumb to the forehead. Yeah, nah, you can't bend no more, twin. No, Korra is a fraud. Ass. See?
Fusing with Unalaq to become the Dark Avatar. Then she gets a scrapping with him, and then the human
The
race
Dark
as we
Avatar.
know it bear witnesses the worst event in the whole entirety of Avatar that made the community collectively just hate
What?
Korra. With her losing her past connections to the past avatars. Every single hit Rava takes and her life is just getting deleted. Kyoshi, Roku, Aang, all gone. 10,000 years of knowledge and mastery of the 4 elements just disappear like that. And it all could have been avoided if she didn't blindly trust this nigga over her own people.
Wowzers.
She's tapped. Then at the end of book 2, when all the conflict is resolved, she decided to leave the spirit portals open. What was the point of that decision? The only win here from doing that was creating new airbenders, like my boy Boomy. But I don't think that's worth the price of letting a bunch of evil spirits run across the world. You know who's in the spirit world?
She's the worst
Golden
one.
Face Stealer. Now because of Korra, he can just run across the world stealing faces of everyone. Now what's up? It's like wanting to open Hueco Mundo and letting tyrants like Kid Buu walk out of there scot-free. What was the logic behind this choice? It made 0 sense. And remember earlier when I brought up how she lost her past incarnations of the Avatar state? Yeah, that shit caught real quick. Because after this, Korra was on a stage 1 day pass of booty kicking get off.
Dang.
She was getting jumped. Zahir and the Red Lotus finessed her, literally poisoning her with mercury, putting her on hiatus for 3 years, just for her to come back after getting all that shit out of her system to get rinsed by Kuvira while she was in the Avatar state. It was a career-ending beating.
Twin! What? How do you lose during the Avatar state? Yeah. This just further confirms it, bro. This further confirms it. I'm just not going to watch that because, man, what? But the Avatar state is basically you going Super Saiyan. How do you lose during that? She hesitated. That's why you never see Aang lose that. That's all I'm saying, man. So she hesitated to do what, like a killing blow or something like that? Yeah, hesitation to fight like that when somebody's going for your noggin. Yeah, nah, El Korra, man, El Korra.
Like, there was nothing left for her after this, I'll be real. Her chain got snatched real quick. But in most major fights, she had to get saved by everyone else. She can't even ISO and she's the avatar. What good is it that the person the world is dependent on?
Worst of Vegeta is insane.
Korra villains might have been more difficult to deal with, and I'm saying that because they were proper menaces. But that doesn't take away the fact that even with that, Korra was losing way too much, bro. And also, it doesn't help with some of them being avoidable. But by far, the worst thing about Korra is the fact that she set all this shit up. No past lives, spirits running around doing crazy shit, and supposedly being rumored to have basically started the end of the world. And now because Avatar's coming back, it's up to this little earthbender girl to fix all of Korra's mistakes. Not to mention, the only person this girl has in the Avatar state is Korra. Korra's just useless, man. Aang was locked off in ice for 100 years with no other bending mastery beside air. And then under a year, he restored balance to the world and defeated Ozai. What's your excuse? You suck! And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached what I have dubbed my controversial final take of the video. If you watched the first time I did a video like this, the first person I ever brought up that I just despise wholeheartedly,
you got a dummy,
is none other than Tariq St. Patrick, the worst character in any drug dealer show to ever exist. And if you don't know who this guy is or know nothing about him, let me compare it for you real quick. He makes Skylar White look like a saint.
Man, OG Power, I really messed with that. Once they got into, I think it was like Ghost and stuff like that, I didn't watch. But yeah, Tariq, I heard about you, my boy. I heard about you.
It's Chuck McGill look like the best brother to Jimmy. Like, I know for a fact, we all hate Tariq, right? We all hate him. Yeah, screw it, man. Bun this guy, bro, bun him. Okay, well, if I told you, man, that I think there's some people worse than Tariq.
Yeah, Power was peak.
Yo, are you stupid?
Like who?
All right, hear me out. The other day, I had a revelation, a thought, an epiphany that will change your lives forever as we know it. Y'all ready for this? I think everyone in book 2, every other character in cahoots with Tariq is worse than him. Because they made him look smart. How do you make Tariq look smart? They all made him look like a genius. Deep it. And for some of you that are gonna say, oh, but Tariq had some smart plays, shut up. The only reason why you think that is because everyone else is running on half a brain cell. And if you don't believe me, let me just run through the characters and cut the shit so you can understand.
All right, give me him, because I don't know about none of this.
Brayden, Tariq's number 2. He's terrible. Yeah, again, like Tariq, he started to sell drugs for no reason when he comes from a rich family. Then Tariq pretty much had to bail this nigga out several times. He became a liability in the last season doing up drugs and shit. And the most I can ever remember Brayden doing for Tariq is saving his life from getting taken by Noma and everyone else who betrayed him. Trash! Not to mention, he convinced him to put his trust fund into Western Holdings. And Western Holdings is a Ponzi scheme. Now this guy lost his trust fund and now he's broke. But the worst thing is that he lost a 1v1 against Tariq. So you can never have a chat.
Bro's up there with the little king from Game of Thrones.
Because you know, at least with you being...
Bro, what? No. If I trust you to make a financial decision, especially putting my trust fund, the future funding of my life, into a different company, and it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a scam, I got scammer get scam type shit, nah. You getting one of them to the dome, and we nuking your whole generation. No, we not playing like that. No, finna get nuked.
In the drug game, you broke.
All right, then, Kozak.
So makes sense why you here. But
hopefully everything's all smooth. I'll see you later, bro.
You were so hell-bent on trying to kill Lauren, you didn't even fall through with it. You ain't about that, saying he should have done it when the guy was processing the plan. You a snake switching sides every 2 minutes, and on top of that, you probably just mad because Tariq and you weren't endgame. You were pressy like Lauren. No wonder you tried to mark her. And I am too. It would have been on site if Effie took out Lauren. I would have been fuming. You suck. Then we come to the Tejada family, and oh my days. I have so much hate for these niggas, bro, because they have no brain cells.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm not getting kidnapped and find out.
You guys fucking suck. Lorenzo, you the same
yo, it's good, Parkfield.
To be the next leader. When the man
figured that out, move like King Von.
Like that. Meanwhile, you got niggas like
that's crazy, Quinn.
Every 5 minutes, and you're rejecting him. It took Kane blackmailing you with murdering Zeke to show him any amount of respect. You should have stayed in jail, you flipping twit. And Monet, I have nothing but hate for you. I love Mary J. Blige though. You're amazing. Monet, once again, as a parent, you're terrible. All it was with you was the drug game and Zeke. That's all you cared about. If it wasn't for you glazing this guy, then it was you hating on the rest of your kids. You be calling Kane stupid, but we know where that lack of chromosomes came from. You. Speaking of lack of chromosomes, Kane, I like you, bro. You know, you decent sometimes, but when you're not decent, you're a S-tier dick rider for Tariq. You're worse than guys who glaze LeBron like he's a god or something.
That's me.
You hate this guy so much for no reason. Always throwing strays. You'll do anything anything to show you're better and anything to prove Tariq is worse than you. You even went to smash with Effie, and I know that a tiny bit of you only did that shit to get back at Tariq. Effie is fine as hell.
What's good, Ken?
Drew and Diana, I'm gonna diss you both. Drew, like Kane said, you ain't never gonna be a housewife. There is no 9 to 5 comfort.
So do I need to tap in on what is this? What is this, book 2? Because I feel like this is just gonna irritate me because all these characters.
Take you serious and get you out the hood. Your life is over. I just want to send shots for you for that. I feel bad for you, but I also don't. Diana, how is it every time you say you're done with this life, you end up covering bodies the next day? Like, for God's sake, you two tried to plan to kill your own mum, fam, and throw that shit to Tariq. Snakes, man. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Monet's stupid because she killed Lorenzo. That's some dumb shit too. Zeke, I'm purely coming for you because your shit makes no sense. Nigga, you were 4 years older than you thought you were in middle school.
See, so I watched OG Power Can, but I never watched anything after that. But I'm gonna see if I got a heli free time, I might.
18, probably at 6'4" with a whole grown beard. How the hell did you not realize you're an old ass bum compared to the rest of everyone else? Like shit, your voice probably cracked in elementary. Get out of here with that crap. As for everyone else, Noma, Carter, Zion, any other up in the show, you got watched by these bozos. So I
have not played that before in 4th year, but I might consider it in the future.
They could really make a TV show and dedicate it to Tariq St. Patrick and make him look intelligent. They could never deceive me. I knew it was fake. I knew it. They could never make this guy look smart. This goofy out bum talking about, I'm Tariq St. fucking Patrick. I killed my own father. You bitch ass. The only reason you killed Ghost is because he was never gonna pull a strap on you. If you were anyone else in that moment, you would have already had your funeral the next day. I despise Tariq, but I hate the fact that the show and characters he was around made him look better than what he is. Like, I refuse to believe that this show made him look good. What type of propaganda is that? Michael Rainey is one of the best actors of our generation. Cause I hate Tariq with my soul, bro. He's a bum. And in all honesty, I can't be the only guy who decided to watch book 2 because I hope near the end, Ghost will come back. That's how bad Ghost's death was.
Bruh.
His death was so shit. The whole internet and everyone started speculating. Guys used to say he was in a private ambulance getting taken somewhere completely off the grid and just waiting to get his revenge on Reek. And I was one of the fans that thought that he would make an appearance in book 2. It's literally called book 2 Ghost. It was only called that shit because Tariq at the end of the show goes off the grid. Oh, the guy's trash.
What?
There was even an episode where a bunch of dead people from Tariq's past, like Kanan and Lakeisha, who showed up and Ghost wasn't there. Scam. And then he appears in Power Book 4. Oh my God, get rid of this guy, man, please. He's ass. Ghost is never coming back, bro. We're just gonna have to accept it now.
They got a whole like Marvel universe on this.
Origins. Nigga, I've been waiting for this shit for like 5 years. I thought that was the whole point of Raising Kanan. Why make Raising Kanan then? Raising Kanan is fine though, it's a good show. But all in all, Bun Tariq, Bun everyone else in book 2.
This is a big rich town.
I'm deluded. I still think he's alive, man. There's no way he died to that bullshit. No! Now, usually by this point in the video, I say how much I appreciate and love you guys. I'm so grateful for anyone who took time out of their day to watch this video I worked hard on. But I'm still pissed off. So I'm just gonna drop a bunch of characters that should just disappear right now because it would benefit all of us. I hate them. I hate
that.
I hate Candace. I hate Caillou. I hate them girls from A Silent Voice. I hate Markima. I hate Disney and Nickelodeon bullies. I hate Dolores Umbridge. I despise
This is the ultimate hate watch.
I hate Margaret. I hate Randall. I hate Todd. Fuck Iris West. I hate Penny Proud's friends, especially Zoe. And I deeply, deeply despise all of the background characters in Bikini Bottom. All of these guys are dickheads for no reason.
No way SpongeBob characters get to this trade.
Play with me. I love you guys. I appreciate all of you so much. And to end this video off, I'm the biggest hater.
All right, I'll mess with that. Hey, great video.